Hello everyone, this is Sergey from Ushanka Show again, and today is a little bit different video. I got a question from Nick Johns. He's asking, are you gonna do a video on Tucker Carlson Putin interview? And it mentions some people that made videos already, they are funny. It actually caught me by surprise. I thought he already did the interview. I knew that Tucker Carlson went to Russia, but so it kind of caught me by surprise. So I did a quick research and I went on YouTube, and sure enough, there's a bunch of people already made videos like this one. Left is losing their minds. Reaction to Tucker Carlson interview with Putin. And I was like, what? Even the Telegraph had 349,000 views on the news that Tucker Carlson confirms he's in Russia to interview Vladimir Putin. What is a big deal? It's like Tucker Carlson discovered that Jesus lives in Russia and he went to interview him. I honestly don't understand. What are the expectations? A former KGB officer, well-known liar, gonna give interview to Tucker Carlson. Okay. To prove my point, let me show you a couple of video snippets of his previous interviews and speeches only about Ukraine. Right now, only about Ukraine, and then maybe we'll do a couple about Russia.
Крым не является никакой спорной территорией. И Россия давно признала границы сегодняшней Украины.
Okay, so here Putin said, and he looks way younger, of course, that Russia accepted a long time ago that Crimea belongs to Ukraine, and Russia accepted the current borders of Ukraine. And do I need to remind you what happened first in 2014 and then in 2022?
Это были российские солдаты или нет?
Это были местные силы самообороны.
This is the interview from 2014 after Russia began occupation of Crimea. Putin is being asked, are any Russian soldiers in Crimea right now? And he replies, no, there is no Russian soldiers in Crimea, only local people, local self-defense forces.
За спиной сил самообороны Крыма, конечно, встали наши военнослужащие.
Okay, moving along. So same Putin, but different story. Now he claims that behind the backs of the local self-defense units were, of course, and he said, of course, конечно, Russian military.
Я не скрываю. Конечно, это факт, мы никогда его не скрывали. Наши вооруженные силы, прямо скажем, блокировали вооруженные силы Украины, расквартированные в Крыму.
And here Putin tells the truth finally about Crimea, but lies at the same time, claiming that it's the fact. We never tried to hide that the Russian military was blocking Ukrainian forces in Crimea. So you see, now he feels confident and bold. The West reacted like lukewarm to the occupation of Crimea. So he's like, yeah, this is what happened. So Putin's explanation of occupying Crimea went from, no, there was no Russian forces, just local self-defense. Well, there was a self-defense forces, but we were behind them to, of course, everyone knew and never hid the fact that we blocked Ukrainian forces in Crimea. So there's one example for you.
Хочу, чтобы вы меня услышали, дорогие друзья. Не верьте тем, кто пугает вас Россией, кричит о том, что за Крымом последуют другие регионы. Мы не хотим раздела Украины. Нам этого не нужно.
And here's Putin after Crimea is taken over. They even issued medals, award for occupation of Crimea. And now he's saying that don't believe, so that's a speech to Ukrainians. Don't believe anyone who is trying to scare you with Russia, who screams that after Crimea there will be other regions that will follow. We don't want to break up Ukraine.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Well, you all probably recognize this video. This is his speech from February 24th, 2022, when he announced that he made a decision to begin a special military operation known as war against Ukraine, after just telling Ukrainians, don't believe anyone who tells you that Russia will go after other regions of Ukraine and that we don't want to break up Ukraine. This is your Putin.
Подчеркну, в боевых действиях не участвуют и не будут участвовать солдаты, проходящие срочную службу. И не будет проводиться и дополнительный призыв резервистов из запаса. Считаю необходимым поддержать предложение Министерства обороны и Генерального штаба о проведении в Российской Федерации частичной мобилизации.
And we all know that so-called special military operation didn't go as planned in Ukraine. And Putin now promising that There will be no regular military forces involved in Ukraine, only people that sign contract, so no draftees, and there'll be no additional draft among the reserve forces because we're doing just fine. And here Putin claims that he supports the decision to start partial mobilization. So once again, I don't understand why people are so excited about former megastar from Fox News interviewing Putin. Putin lies every time he opens his mouth. I mean, okay, so you're gonna listen to his lies and expecting he's gonna tell the truth? He lied so many times about war in Ukraine. He's gonna lie again. And so I don't understand this whole hype and excitement. You like listening to the liars? Sure, go ahead, listen to Putin. I even wouldn't bother. The only thing I'm extremely curious is which Putin Tucker Carlson will be allowed to talk to, because there are several Putins out there. There's one that so scared of getting COVID that he used this giant table to separate him from other people. And there's another Putin that likes to mingle with regular folk, rub shoulders, shake hands, and has no issues with being close to the crowds. So which Putin will be talking to Tucker? So my response to anyone who expects some Jesus-level revelations from Putin in the interview with Tucker Carlson is this.
Чего не смеетесь-то? Не смешно? Не поняли, да? Это Россия.